He stood at the edge of the bakery, hat in his hands, shoulders slightly hunched as if trying to take up less space. The smell of sugar and warm bread wrapped around him, sweet and painful at the same time. It reminded him of birthdays he used to celebrate properly, back when his wife was alive and life hadn't shrunk into survival. Now even the smell felt expensive. The glass display shone under bright lights, full of perfect cakes with smooth frosting, chocolate curls, strawberries glazed to look unreal. Behind the counter, a young employee smiled politely at customers who spoke with confidence, who pointed without hesitation. He waited until the line thinned, rehearsing the words in his head, each repetition making them heavier. When it was finally his turn, he leaned in and lowered his voice. "Excuse me," he said softly. "Do you have an expired cake? Maybe one from yesterday?" The smile on the employee's face froze. She glanced at him, then at the empty space behind him, as if hoping another customer would step forward and make this interaction disappear. "Sir," she said carefully, "we don't sell expired items." He nodded quickly, embarrassed. "I understand. I just thought sometimes bakeries throw them away. My daughter's birthday is today. She's turning 8. She doesn't need anything fancy. I can pay a little. Or if not, it's okay. I just had to ask." The words rushed out of him, clumsy and apologetic. His ears burned. He felt every eye in the bakery on his back, though he didn't turn to check. From a small table near the window, a man in a tailored suit looked up from his coffee. He had been scrolling through emails on his phone, half listening to the world around him, the way people with power often do. But the phrase, "expired cake for my daughter," cut through the noise. He paused, eyes lifting slowly, studying the man at the counter. The employee cleared her throat. "I'll check in the back," she said, unsure of protocol, unsure of kindness. She disappeared through the swinging door. The man in the suit watched as the father exhaled shakily, gripping his hat tighter. There was no act here, no performance. Just a man standing very still, as if movement might shatter the little hope he had allowed himself. When the employee returned, her hands were empty. "I'm sorry," she said quietly. "We don't have anything we can sell." The father nodded again, too many times. "Thank you for checking," he said. "I appreciate it." He forced a small smile, then turned to leave. "Wait!" The voice came from the table. The man in the suit stood up, adjusting his cufflinks as he walked toward the counter. He was calm, composed, the kind of man people stepped aside for without knowing why. He looked at the father, then at the display case. "Which one does she like?" he asked. The father blinked, confused. "I'm sorry." "Your daughter," the man said gently. "What kind of cake does she like?" The father hesitated, suspicion flickering across his face. "Chocolate," he said slowly, "with strawberries, if that's okay." The man nodded and turned to the employee. "I'll take that one," he said, pointing to the most elaborate chocolate cake in the case. "And some candles. 8. The father's eyes widened. "Sir, you don't have to—" "I know," the man interrupted, not unkindly, "but I want to." The employee moved quickly now, relief and excitement replacing her earlier discomfort. She boxed the cake carefully, adding candles and a small plastic knife. The register chimed as the man paid, without glancing at the total. He handed the box to the father. "For your daughter," he said. The father didn't take it immediately. His hands trembled. "I can't accept this," he said hoarsely. "It's too much." The man met his gaze. When was the last time she had a birthday cake? The father swallowed. 3 years ago, he admitted, before her mother passed. The man's expression softened in a way money couldn't buy. "Then please," he said, "let today be different." Slowly, as if afraid it might vanish, the father accepted the box. Tears welled up despite his efforts to stay composed. "Thank you," he whispered. "You have no idea what this means." The man shook his head. "I think I do." They stood there for a moment, 2 men from different worlds, connected by a simple truth. Then the father turned to leave, clutching the cake like something fragile and sacred. As the door closed behind him, the employee exhaled. "That was really kind of you," she said. The man didn't respond right away. He returned to his table, but the coffee had gone cold. His phone buzzed with messages, meetings, deadlines, numbers that moved markets. None of it mattered as much as the image now stuck in his mind, a little girl blowing out candles she never expected to have. That evening, in a small apartment with peeling paint and a couch held together by hope, the father set the cake on the table. His daughter's eyes went wide. "Is that real?" she asked, afraid to get too close. He laughed softly, the sound unfamiliar in his own ears. "It's real," he said, "and it's all yours." She hugged him so hard, it knocked the breath from his lungs. "Best birthday ever," she declared, chocolate already on her fingers. He watched her eat, laugh, make a wish, and for the first time in years, he didn't feel like he was failing. Just for tonight, he felt like enough. The next morning, the man in the suit sat in a boardroom overlooking the city. He was the founder and CEO of a multinational company, a man whose decisions affected thousands of lives. The meeting droned on about acquisitions and profits, but his mind kept drifting back to the bakery. "Are you with us?" someone asked. He blinked and nodded. "Yes," he said, "I'm thinking about a new initiative." That afternoon, his assistant scrambled as he redirected millions into a quiet program. Partnerships with local bakeries, grocery stores, and schools. No press releases,